I'm a caricature artist and I draw at parties in Florida, but in this video I'm going to show you my live caricature drawing method, but from a photo so that you can see how I do it. Okay, so if I'm drawing someone with no sketch, I basically start off by sketching with my imagination. I'm seeing that his head, the eyes are closer to the top. He has a lot of curly hair, so I'm going to leave room to draw that. And here we go. Let's find out, can I do this with absolutely no sketch? So if I mess up, we all are going to laugh about it and don't tell anybody, okay? Here we go. Alright. His eye is kind of an almond shape. His eyes are dark brown, so I'm going to draw the pupil a little bigger, maybe make the shadow a little bigger, that way it reads as dark brown. I don't usually draw the eyelashes when I'm drawing a man, but I can make this top line a little more thick if he has eyelashes. For some reason, if I draw eyelashes on a guy, even if the guy has a lot of eyelashes, it just comes off looking like a woman's eye. Apparently I just don't have the knack for that, drawing that correctly. So here is the eyebrow. It's kind of thick and bushy. Right, bridge of the nose. Also, when I'm drawing with no sketch, I have a tendency to draw more realistic looking. It's to draw more exaggerated, I almost have to plan that out a little better. Also, sometimes if I'm at an event drawing and I start getting tired, the tireder I get, the more realistic the drawings look, if that makes sense. When I'm full of energy and not tired at all, then I can make the drawings look like cartoons a lot easier. Okay, so now the glasses. I always look like, okay, the first thing I look at when I'm drawing glasses is where's the rim of the glasses to the eye? Is it dead center on the eyes? Is it low or is it high? In this case it's high, it's all the way up here. So I'm going to draw it all the way up there. And it goes all the way up. This type of glasses goes all the way across. Then it drops down. And then there's another ridge. And then we just finish it out. I'm just kind of drawing the shape of the lenses as I see them. And then we have the nose. It's kind of wide, downturned, and then the middle of it is small compared to the wide nostrils. And you could draw a dimension line there where it shows the difference between where the nostril is and the rest of the nose. Now, I'm looking at his chin and his mouth. Is his mouth closer to his nose, or is it closer to the bottom of his chin? And it's definitely closer to his nose. I could even exaggerate this a little bit. And his mouth is kind of small compared to the rest of his face. There's some wrinkle lines on his cheek. I'm doing this with no sketch, so if I mess up, I probably won't be mad at myself because I didn't have a sketch. I did do one warm-up drawing, but that was of a different person. Sometimes when I'm drawing a mustache, I'll draw the shape of the mustache and then fill it in. But in this case, his mustache is kind of thin, so I'm just going by the hairs and I'm looking at how they curve. Here they're curving like this. Maybe they curve out a little bit right here, and then they curve back around the edges like that. He's got a few hairs under his chin there. There's a few wild hairs under there. And he has a dimple. And I don't want to mess up that dimple because I could just draw a line, and sometimes it's in the wrong spot, but if I try to remember, the cheek is there and the dimple is caused by the cheek muscle pressing up against the flesh on the side of his face. Alright, it's got a little mole over there. Okay, now we're going to get out the big marker. Let's see how we're going to do this. He's got a kind of a wild beard. So I'm just going to mess with that. Start curving. And it's kind of wild, so I'm curving to the left and curving back to the right. Back to the left. And as I go around, I'm just going to kind of change directions of these curves. Now that gives me a kind of an anchor. Now we're going to jump off of that and finish the sides of his face. It's got a wide face, so let's have fun with it and make it a little wider maybe. Remembering that his cheek is there, it lines up with the dimple. Now I'm not going to finish that because the hair is going to cover this area. Same thing on that side. Alright, now let's finish this beard. A lot of these techniques that I do on these videos, I learned them from other artists. On my iPad, I have several files of artists. I just name the file by the name of the artist that I like, and then I fill up that photo file with that artist's drawings. And I think that's a great way to learn. I've heard of other artists doing that. When I run across an artist that I really like, I just create a photo file on my iPad and just fill it up with all their drawings that I like. And then I do, I guess what you would call master studies. So basically I pull out that file, I look at those drawings, and then I redraw that other artist's drawings exactly. I try to match it. And then I look at what I've drawn and try to figure out, why did that artist do it that way? Oh, he's got some cool curves here, so I'm going to work with that. And even in art school, I've heard that artists back a long time ago, painters, even Michelangelo and those type of super famous genius painters, they started off doing master studies. They would basically paint or another painter's drawings, a master painter, and they would paint it line for line, color for color, exactly. And then they would do it again and again and again. And those were master studies, and that is a powerful way to learn art and learn what you're doing, is to just study the masters until you can draw them in your sleep. I mean, I don't do it that extreme, but I'm thinking I should do it a couple of times that extreme this year. Now when I'm drawing his hair, I'm just trying to show curls going left and right and everywhere, in all different directions and different sizes. I don't normally color the hair in, but I may do that this time. Something I need to work on, so I think I will darken his hair in, and I'll try to show some of the curls as I do it. I might time lapse it through all this. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I am a master, I'm saying I am a student. But I do master studies to study the masters. And there are masters of caricature in my opinion, and so I definitely am going to be studying them this year. So this is my drawing with no sketch. But to be fair, this one was easy, because when you have someone that looks very different from the norm, it's actually super easy to draw that person. But I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you'd like me to draw in the next video. See you on the next one.